Hey guys, Pedro here. Today I'm comparing the Apple Airpods to the Treblab X2s. Here we go. Let's start with the Apple Airpods. Coming in at $159 on Apple's website or $144 on Amazon, these are a pretty expensive option compared to most other earphones. These are a very lightweight and very small form factor pair of earphones. As you can see, the case is very small, and in ear, the AirPods are very small as well. Many people judged how they look with the stem on the side, but now that it is 2018, these actually don't look too bad. Let's start with the battery. It was a little hard to get the information on how much each AirPod lasts. In their website, they never mention how many milliamp hours are included in both the case or the individual earphones. They also state you have several charges that you can have when you use the case, up to a full 24 hours, basically listening time, when you pair both the case and the earpods together. As for compatibility, these go with basically any iPhone or any Apple product out there. Something pretty convenient about these earphones is the case itself. It's very small, it has a magnetic strip, so when you close this, it shuts and it's gonna stay shut. Basically, you can rely on it not opening and having the earphones falling out. You also have the earphones magnetically stuck in there too, so when you try to pull them out and when you try to set them back in, there's a nice magnetic pull and snap when you have it placed correctly. It's also very easy to use Siri on using these earpods. If you have them in ear, all you have to do is double tap on the side and you're good to go. You'll hear the Siri notification pop up and you can use it pretty easily. Another convenient thing about these earpods are that you can set them up with ease. Once you put them on any Apple device, you're able to set them up across all your other devices as well. It's literally a one-tap setup for each device. Another plus with the case, if you charge it for approximately 15 minutes, you get an additional 3-hour battery charge. While also being pretty expensive, you can only imagine that these better sound good, and they do. They sound very nice in ear, and they also block out a decent amount of noise. As you can imagine, for the price, these are very convenient. The case is small and easy to use, meaning you can put it just about anywhere in a pocket, backpack, you name it. The magnetic strips inside the case add to the premium feel and make it feel like a unique Apple item. Drop the earpods in, snap, and they charge right away. You can always rely on these charging the moment you put them back in the case. When you put them back into your ear, it's right where you left off. Take the earpods out of the case and put them in your ear. You're gonna have that welcome sound, and you can listen to music almost instantly. This is another great feature because you can just slide the earpods in, and without having to touch your phone, you can basically listen to music. When I first saw these earphones, I looked at the earpod itself. That part right in here that goes inside your ear just looks very uncomfortable. They actually feel comfortable in the ear. The only downside is when they're in the ear, they constantly feel like they're gonna just fall out, but they actually do hold onto the ear and stay in for the duration of a workout or when you're moving around. Some things that I didn't like are the lightning port on the bottom. It's 2018, USB-C is the future. Apple is still stuck on using the lightning cable. This thing is also very fragile, so if you're gonna be using the lightning cable a lot, I would get a case just to protect it. And although I mentioned that these don't look too terrible in ear, it's still kind of silly. It looks like you're wearing cigarettes in your ear, or it looks like you have Q-tips hanging out. I still don't like the look. I hope someone can create a good looking wireless earphone. So now let's move on to Treblab. Treblab is a pretty decent company that makes other audio equipment. They have several other earphones, but I chose these for how budget friendly they are. They are around $65 if you get them on their website or on Amazon. They are actually $69 on Amazon and on their website. If you go on their website, you can actually get your first purchase off, 10% off, so you could get a small discount if you go on their website. Treblab did mention how many milliamp hours they have on these earphones. So they have 75 milliamp hours per earphone. Great. They have 75 milliamp hours on each earphone. And the case itself has about 300 milliamp hours. So Treblab states that it lasts around 5 hours when you're listening to music and an additional 2 hours when you're using it to talk on the phone. So I have pressed that button multiple times, thought that I did leave it to charge, and found out later on that it did not charge at all. So these charged earphones, I do worry that that might break if the earphone gets hit or if something happens in my backpack. Whereas the AirPods, you know they're safe. They have the front cover and they're gonna be safe the entire time they're in there. So that blinking light, that right now that's showing that my case is about to die. However, there are 4 lights that go up down. 4 meaning that it is fully charged, the case is fully charged. And then when it blinks, it'll go down, back up. And there are plenty of times where I cannot tell if it is charging my earphones or if it's charging my earphones or not. To charge it, all you have to do is tap the button at the top and it starts blinking. These are compatible with all devices. Treblab does connect via Bluetooth 4.2, so you know it's very reliable. Treblab knew what they were making. They knew people were going to use these to work out. They made them with that in mind. They made them water resistant and sweat proof with IPX4. Since you can use them to make calls, they support Siri and Google Assistant as well. Another plus is that you can get these in either black, which is what I have, or in white. Another nice thing is the wrist strap that they added in the box. It might be useful for someone who loses things pretty easily. One thing I really like is that you have buttons on the side. So one side controls volume and the other side can skip or play the next song. For $69, you're getting a lot. So they throw in ear fins so that you can match your ears, and additional earbuds in the box. Some people have big ears, some people have small ears. They tend to everyone between small and large. Whereas Apple, you're only getting the one size fits all, and if it doesn't fit you, well, good luck. While I don't use the ear fins for my ears, despite my ears being pretty big, they feel pretty comfortable with I believe these are like the medium earbuds on, and I enjoy them. The fit is comfortable. I can use them for a few hours if I needed to, although I use them for about 30 minutes or 50 minutes at the most. But overall, they feel pretty good. What I do like about this, it's smaller. So it's a smaller case, hold approximately the same amount of charge. The downsides come to when you're pairing this up. The initial setup is very time consuming. You have to set up one earphone, then you have to set up the other. It's not as simple as the AirPods where you just hit connect and that's it. Plus, when you're turning these on individually, you have to wait for the right earphone to say connect and then the left earphone to say connect. You have to do that every single time, whereas these, you put them on, they turn on instantly. But it's something to think about when you're buying this. It's not going to be as convenient as Apple's. And I wanted to touch on these last, but these actually look very silly in the ear. So these are thicker than the AirPods, and they have that ridge at the end that sticks out a lot more. And again, Apple's price comes into play here. With Apple, it's smaller, it's thinner, it's much more premium than Treblab. Treblab X2 sounds just as good as the Apple Airpods, if not better. However, they're not as premium. So I have the most experience with the Treblab X2s, and I think for the price, you're getting an excellent set of wireless earphones. I use them to work out, and they've only ever felt like they were gonna fall out once. I've ran with them, weightlifted plenty of times with them, and they feel good, they sound good, and I cannot hear anything going on inside the gym unless it's a very loud sound. So the entire point of this video wasn't to tell you guys which pair of wireless earphones to buy, rather than to give you different options at different price points that you might be interested in. So if you have the money, I'd recommend going for the Apple Airpods. If you are rolling on a budget but you really want to invest into wireless headphones, definitely pick the Treblab X2s. At the end of the day, what matters is having a system that is convenient, that is portable, that lasts for a while, and that overall sounds pretty good. Both wireless headphones check all those boxes. At the end of the day, it's up to you. Would you rather have $69 wireless earphones or $129 wireless earphones? Well, that's it from me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.